Have you ever felt like life is quite literally slipping through your fingers? As if you're caught in a perpetual rush from one task to the next, one fleeting achievement to another, but somehow it all feels empty. You might scroll endlessly through your phone, binge watch another show, or meticulously check off goals on your to-do list. But deep down, there's this nagging, rather uncomfortable question. Is this truly all there is? It's a heavy thought, isn't it? The brutal truth is, it's not life itself that's the problem. It's often the way we're living it. We're bombarded with a relentless barrage of notifications, deadlines, and distractions. We're implicitly trained to fixate on the future, our goals, our plans, our endless problems, or to dwell incessantly on the past, replaying regrets and mistakes in an endless mental loop. And in the process, we quite spectacularly miss the only thing that's actually real, this precise moment. Before we dive into a powerful antidote, let's consider what one of the West's most insightful interpreters of Eastern thought, Alan Watts, would make of this pervasive modern malady. Watts, with his characteristic twinkle and profound wisdom, often observed that we humans are tragically adept at living everywhere but here. He saw our ceaseless future-gazing and past-dwelling as a fundamental misunderstanding of existence itself. Today, we're going to unravel a profound Japanese mindset that could completely transform how you experience life. It's called Ichigo Ichie, roughly translating to one time, one meeting. At its core, this philosophy teaches us a rather simple, yet earth-shattering truth. Every single moment we live is unique, fleeting, and utterly unrepeatable. Think about that for a second. Every conversation you have, every sunrise you witness, every cup of coffee you drink, it's all happening for the first and last time. Yet, how many of us truly live as if that's true? How often do we simply take these precious moments for granted? We've all been there, sitting with someone we care about, but instead of being truly present, we're scrolling through our phones or plotting our next move. We consume meals without truly tasting them, walk through beautiful landscapes without actually noticing them, and talk to people without genuinely listening. We live as though life is infinite, as though we'll have endless chances to experience the exact same moment again. But the truth, as Watts so eloquently put it, is that we won't. This very idea is at the heart of what Alan Watts spent his life exploring. He would say that we are constantly trying to pin down a universe that is fundamentally a process, a river, not a fixed thing. Ichigo Ichie is simply the practice of joining that flow. Watts often compared life to music. You don't listen to a symphony just to get to the end. The joy is in the playing, the listening, the unfolding notes. Our modern rush, as Watts saw it, is like frantically trying to reach the end of the song, missing the melody entirely. We're caught, he observed, in this endless cycle of thinking about life, rather than actually living it. We obsess over the memory of yesterday or the fantasy of tomorrow, and in so doing, we bypass the only moment that actually exists, this one, right now. So Ichigo Ichie isn't about clinging to the present. That's a paradox. As Watts would say, the more you try to grasp water, the more it slips through your fingers. It's about appreciating the moment as it flows, letting go of the desperate need to control time, and instead surrendering to the natural rhythm of life. Living this way, of course, isn't easy. We're bombarded with constant demands on our attention. But let's ask ourselves a simple, if somewhat uncomfortable, question. Why do we resist living in the present? If the present moment is all we truly have, why are we so quick to escape it, to distract ourselves, or to numb it with endless noise? The answer, a deep and almost universal human fear, lies in the fear of uncertainty. The present moment is unpredictable. It can't be controlled, perfectly planned, or precisely shaped to fit our expectations. We feel safer in the past because it's already happened. We feel safer in the future because it's something we can imagine, something we believe we can prepare for. But the present is raw, unfiltered, and gloriously uncertain. Here, Watts would chuckle at our frantic attempts to control life. He'd remind us that the you trying to control is itself an integral part of the uncontrolled, spontaneous universe. The fear of uncertainty, as Watts saw it, is often the ego's desperate attempt to assert dominance over a reality that is fundamentally wild and free, like the ocean trying to control its own waves. Think about it. How much of your energy is spent trying to plan for outcomes, avoid discomfort, or control what happens next? How often do you replay the past, trying to rewrite it in your mind, or project yourself into a future where everything is perfect? But here's the truth we often don't want to face. Control is an illusion. No matter how much you plan or prepare, life will always surprise you. Things will happen that you didn't see coming. People will change, circumstances will shift. And the more you cling to this illusion of control, the harder it becomes to truly live. Ichigo Ichie doesn't just teach us to appreciate the present. It teaches us to let go of this very illusion. It's a reminder that life isn't a puzzle we need to solve or a race we need to win. It's an experience to be lived, one unfolding moment at a time. Letting go of control is terrifying, isn't it? It means surrendering to the unknown. It means accepting that the present moment might not always feel good, that it might come with discomfort, sadness, or uncertainty. And as humans, we're wired to avoid pain. We distract ourselves with work, entertainment, or endless scrolling because we're afraid to sit with the rawness of the moment. But here's the beauty of Ichigo Ichie, reinforced by Watts. Even the moments we fear or resist are part of the human experience. That awkward conversation, that rainy day, that moment of doubt, they are as unique and unrepeatable as the moments of joy. When we embrace them, we find true freedom. Embracing the present also means accepting its fundamental impermanence. In Japanese culture, impermanence isn't something to fear, it's something to celebrate. The cherry blossoms that bloom for only a few weeks each year aren't less beautiful because they're fleeting, they're more beautiful. Their impermanence makes us treasure them. This freedom of impermanence is the very liberation Alan Watts preached. He would remind us that resisting impermanence is like trying to stop the tide. True peace comes when we flow with life's changing nature, realizing that beauty is precisely in its transient dance. Just as the cherry blossoms are beautiful because they fall, Watts would tell us that life's very impermanence is what gives it its preciousness. If joy lasted forever, how would we even know what joy was? It's the contrast, the flow, the constant becoming and unbecoming that truly makes existence vivid. Consider the Japanese art of kintsugi, the practice of repairing broken pottery with gold lacquer. The breaks aren't hidden, they're highlighted, becoming part of the object's history, making it arguably more beautiful and unique. Watts would see this as a perfect metaphor for our own lives. Our cracks, our struggles, our moments of breaking aren't defects to be hidden, but pathways to deeper character and unique stories. When we embrace them, they become profound lessons, etched in gold. Ichigo Ichie teaches us that impermanence isn't something to fight, it's something to celebrate. Every moment, no matter how fleeting, is a gift. And when we stop trying to control time, we open ourselves to the richness of life here and now. By now, we've explored the essence of Ichigo Ichie, the art of appreciating the fleeting beauty of every moment and letting go of the need to control time. But knowing this isn't enough. Philosophy only transforms us when we live it. So, how do we take this beautiful concept and the profound insights of Alan Watts out of the abstract and into our messy, fast-paced everyday lives? It starts with awareness. Most of us move through life on autopilot, rushing through our days without ever truly stopping to notice what's happening around us. Ichigo, Ichie, and Watts ask us to wake up, to break free from this trance, and truly see the moments we're living. Here's a simple Watts-inspired practice. The next time you're doing something ordinary, drinking your morning coffee, walking outside, or talking to a friend, pause. Take a deep breath. Notice the details. What does the coffee smell like? How does the sunlight feel on your skin? What emotions are present in the conversation you're having? These aren't just techniques to be more mindful. Watts would say they're ways to wake up to the reality that has always been here, shimmering just beneath the surface of our frantic thoughts. It's about recognizing that you are this present moment, not just observing it. Another powerful way to embrace Ichigo Ichie, echoed by Watts, is to treat every interaction as if it's your last. This isn't meant to be morbid. It's meant to wake you up to the preciousness of time. Imagine you're spending time with someone you love. What if you knew you'd never see them again? How would you treat that moment? What would you say? What would you feel? Watts, with his profound understanding of interconnectedness, would fully endorse this. When we truly see another person, not as a static thing, but as an ever-changing flow of life, we appreciate the precious, fleeting nature of our connection. It's a profound act of love to be fully present with another. At the end of each day, reflect on one moment that truly stood out to you. It doesn't have to be something grand. Maybe it was the way the wind rustled the leaves, or the way someone smiled at you. Write it down. This practice trains your mind to notice beauty in the everyday and to appreciate the moments you might otherwise overlook. And remember, living Ichigo Ichie also means being present with the difficult. When we're experiencing pain, it's tempting to numb ourselves or fast forward through the discomfort. But Watts, like these Japanese mindsets, teaches us that even the hard moments are part of the human experience. They too are fleeting and unrepeatable. So, the next time you're feeling sad, anxious, or frustrated, instead of running from those emotions, pause. Notice them. Allow yourself to feel them fully, without judgment. Ask yourself, what is this moment teaching me? What can I learn from this experience? You might find that even in pain, there's a kind of beauty, a reminder of your capacity to feel, to grow, to be alive. This is the freedom of impermanence Alan Watts spoke of. It's not about giving up or settling. It's about waking up to the miracle of existence. It's about realizing that life doesn't need to be perfect to be beautiful, that even in its messiness, its unpredictability, its fleeting nature, life is enough. As Watts often said, the past is no more, the future is not yet. Regret is trying to rewrite a story that's already told. Anxiety is trying to live a story that hasn't begun. The only place we can live is this moment, and these Japanese mindsets, as Watts would affirm, show us how to truly inhabit it. So, here's the ultimate challenge. Can you let go of the past and the future and fully trust the present? Can you embrace the uncertainty of life and see it not as something to fear, but as something to celebrate? When we let go of the need for control, something magical happens. We stop resisting life and start flowing with it. We stop waiting for happiness and start finding it in the moments we already have. We stop chasing meaning and start creating it in the way we live each day. Every moment is an invitation to be present, to let go, to love deeply, to live fully. And the choice, my friend, is yours. Will you accept it? This is the essence of Ichigo Ichie. It's not just a mindset, it's a way of life. One that reminds us to stop, to notice, to appreciate, and to savor. One that helps us see the extraordinary in the ordinary. One that makes us fall in love with life again. One unrepeatable moment at a time. Thank you for being here in this moment with me. Now, go live your Ichigo Ichie